The Souls of Black Folk, Chapter 14, by Du Bois. This chapter is titled Of the Sorrow Songs. In this chapter, Du Bois talks about the African music and its progression throughout time and its importance. His overall thesis for this chapter is stated early on in 947, last paragraph on the page, first line. He says, "Away back in the 30s, the melody of these slave songs stirred the nation, but the songs were soon half forgotten." And there are many examples in this chapter of him, kind of reinstating that thesis and proving it. Of the importance he talks about of these songs early on, there is he gives information on page 948 in the second paragraph about the forming of a group known as the Fisk Jubilee Singers, and how it was just 4 half-clothed black boys and 5 black girls led by a man with a cause and a purpose, and how they traveled singing songs starting in black schools in America, and they eventually go over to Europe singing these songs that have been handed down to them, and they sing in Scotland, Ireland, Holland, and Switzerland. And over the 7 years they spent traveling and singing, they're able to raise $150,000, and they fund Fisk University. Then over on the next page, 949, you see there is a song, and the lyrics to it are not in English. And Du Bois talks about how this is a song, a traditional African song, where a mother who was a slave sings this to her children, and that children takes that song and he sings it to his children, and his children sing it to their children and their children's children, and how it's passed down. And although the lyrics are not able to be deciphered by the children, they understand the meaning of the song and how it is important to them to carry it. And although, as time goes by, you sort of lose touch of the, where the song comes from, it's just important to keep it going. Over on 950, Du Bois makes a bold statement, and it just kind of reinforces his opinion on the matter, about the importance of this music. He says, on the third paragraph, he says, "The first is African music, the second Afro-American, while the third is a blending of Negro music with the music heard in the fosterland. The result is still distinctively Negro in the method of blending original, but the elements are both Negro and Caucasian." This is just saying that, as the slave song progressed, black artists are able to, pull in white influences to their music. And then, and this is where the next thing he says immediately after kind of shows where reinforces his thesis again, that this music stirred the nation, but the origins are soon half forgotten. And he follows up the last statement with, "One might go further and find a fourth step in this development, where the songs of white America have been distinctively influenced by the slave songs, or have incorporated whole phrases of Negro melody." And this is just saying, this is just where he shows that although